Hi, and welcome to the deleted scenes of Apolitical Aggression. I hope you guys enjoy hearing about what ultimately didn't make it in the film, but was really a blast to make. When we were making Apolitical Aggression, I didn't want you to know too much about the main characters right in the first few minutes. So this scene right here we cut because I felt it gave a little too much information on the character before we got to fully know who he was. Alright, so this scene right here I'm in, and it was so beautifully framed. I thought it was great. It really broke my heart when we had to cut it, but same kind of thing. I felt it gave a little too much away about the character and his motivations and just how much of a hothead he really was. So I thought, you know, the producers were right. It was a scene we ultimately had to cut, unfortunately.
The soda machine scene was kind of unsettling. We haven't seen that kind of violence from Ben's character yet, and it kind of drew a lot of audiences away. You know, we think he's a sweet guy, and then wow, all of a sudden, just this pure hatred.
So in this scene, we see Emmett's character looking for clothes, and we ultimately cut this scene because it just threw off the entire vibe of the film, ultimately. When we ran it for test audiences, it just showed that he was trying on different colors, trying to be someone he wasn't. And ultimately, it was a scene we had to part ways with because it just didn't fit. Yeah, this scene's has a lot of social commentary, and I see why ultimately we had to cut it. It was good, you know, the first time we watched it, but then we rewatched it and we started thinking about the social repercussions, and we thought, ooh, we really don't want to be attached to that, you know, a little too heavy.
Our director was such a revolutionary and such a visionary that he put himself on the line in just filming this scene, you know, at all. We got a lot of hate. We got death threats in the mail for shooting the scene. You know, it was quite the controversy. And because of that initial audience viewing, we had to cut it from the international release because just, you know, the producers made us do it. But I think this scene really speaks to the core of the film and to the boldness of the director.
Second floor.
This scene was incredibly hard for me because it went against my personal beliefs. Thankfully, I have a good friend who's into that kind of thing, so I sat down with him and we had an hour conversation just so I could kind of, you know, get into his mind and understand what he wanted, you know. And then we filmed the scene directly after that, so I'm kind of sad that it was cut because I really worked hard to make that believable.
This scene here, I think the writers did a really good job on this. You know, this is one I actually wish they would have kept in the final film. I was okay, my performance was decent, but I mean, really, you got to give a hand to the writers. I mean, we had such a talented group of writers, had 5 different writers on this film, and the talent and the diversity really shines through in this scene. Yeah, I mean, this scene really should have been kept in the final edit. I think it's available in the Australian version. I just think it's witty as hell.
Do you want to go to Dillard's?
Yeah, the scene we're watching here, I have a hard time looking at it. Yeah, I see why they cut it. It was pretty graphic.
Oh, it's going.
Ooh, that's good. That's nice. What do I have to say about making this film overall? It was a great experience. Rewatching the deleted scenes, though, wasn't that great. I regret it.